Hello everybody, welcome to another Valheim video. Today you're going to learn how to take care of your Enigma path. While it's true that your Enigma path will build itself in front of you, it isn't always perfect. After all, Valheim is a pretty big world, and it's hard to make a path work perfectly in every possible situation that it can encounter. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the different things that can go wrong and how you can fix them. For example, I'm going to jump down into the water here, and then we're going to do a zone reset, which would normally delete everything. The zone, there we go. Here's our zone reset command, so we're just going to run this, and then you can see it gets rid of everything, and it lags, but then boom, look at that. It all just rebuilds itself. For now, I just want you to know that that's a thing so you can know how to stop it, okay? There's a couple things you can do. First off, if your character is close by when the object is destroyed, you can see that it won't actually come back. As long as your character is close by, then you're going to be able to disassemble whatever you want. So in this case, let's disconnect this path here. Now we have a new problem. The path is disconnected. This might happen for various reasons, but don't worry, it's very easy to fix. What you're going to do is you're actually going to widen the gap a little bit. It works better if you make the gap at least 5 units long. And then what you do is you go just to the middle of the path and you run a command called repair Enigma. That's going to recreate the path, and then as soon as it meets itself, it'll just end, just like that. And now that you've seen that, you understand how to patch up holes in Enigma, should they happen. Even if I have all the scripts set up perfectly, what happens if you restart your computer, or you exit in the middle of something, or you lose your internet connection to the server, etc., etc.? There's always something that might happen that complicates matters further. That's why I've set up all these tools so that you can adjust the path and repair it as it weaves in and out of your Valheim world. And look at this. Here is another problem that is encountered. Now, sometimes you get this kind of situation where the terrain went down and then went back up. It results in a stair that goes down and back up, which is a pain if you have a cart. It'll get stuck there. So we made a new command where all you have to do is type flat, and then it's going to flatten that one space that you're on. So all you have to do is just go to all 8 of the pieces to just patch it that way. Now, let's say you do that, but you didn't want to do it. All you have to do is type stairs. And then it's going to just make it back like that, see? And you can do the same thing, allowing you to control what happens with your path. And you know what? You've made it a decent way into the video, so I'm going to tell you some secrets about Enigma. You see, Enigma kind of lies to you. It tricks you. It's really just a whole bunch of tricks. You see, Enigma will stop at these caps here, and it will tell you that it needs coin piles. Coin piles are actually just one of 6 or 7 different treasures that it accepts. You could use a treasure chest, or you could even use a pile of skulls. As you can see here, we just place it, and it accepts it as the treasure and moves forward. There's loads of stuff like that in Enigma. You'll think that it works one way, but over time you learn the other ways to do it. And that's what gives the depth to the game world. There's a lot more for you to learn, more tricks and secrets, and this helps make the experience last longer. As much as I have made Enigma to be compatible with single player, it's fundamentally important that you play it with other people if you can. It's really going to help you have a more enjoyable experience. And so now you understand the basics of path maintenance. As you saw earlier, we can delete parts of the path, and as long as our character is close by, then it's not going to heal itself, right? But let's say that you want to really roll the path back. For example, you might want to delete a whole bunch of it or restart it, right? Well, then it's going to be a pain. You won't be able to delete every single piece one by one. That's going to take forever. So there's easier ways to do it. What you're going to do is use a command called set key, block Enigma healing. All right. Once you do that, then if I were to run a zone reset, right? If we just do this, Look at that. Now the path is completely gone from this area and it didn't heal itself. It didn't come back. That's because I blocked healing with that global key. And if you want to stop it, all you have to do is remove the global key, block Enigma healing. But now we have a whole new problem, don't we? As you can see, the path ended, but it's not moving forward. It's not building anymore. It's no longer activated. First, it works best if you actually flatten out the path. You want it to have this flat look, not a bunch of different pieces, okay? And then in order to restart it, all you have to do is the same thing as before, just repair Enigma. It's going to restart the path making process, and then it's just going to continue forward as normal. The repair command doesn't actually repair anything. It just restarts the path, as you can see. As a reward for making it this far into the video, I'll tell you a little bit more about how these paths actually work. Every one of these paths spirals outwards to maximize the amount of land that it goes through. The completed Enigma paths look something like this. And technically, they don't end. Because once you get to the end of each path, it creates a special portal to the end of the corresponding path. However, these portals are not available until you have activated each end. So if you activate this entire path that leads all the way to the south, and then you activate this entire path that leads all the way to the north, then you'll have a portal that teleports you from the far north to the far south. But getting this set up isn't easy. After all, it does require crossing 2 Enigma paths in their entirety, which is a whole game in itself. Now, let's say you want to try Enigma out. Don't worry, it's really easy to get started. All you have to do is download R2 Modman, which is a really good mod manager for Valheim and other games. It'll ask you to make a profile name. You can just use anything and pick Valheim. And then you're going to press online here and just search for Enigma. The first one, Enigma Mode, is the one that you want. The second one is a series of quality of life mods that you can use if you choose to. Once you install those mod packs, it's going to populate your mod list here. So if you want to further customize it, for example, let's say you want to change the quality of life stuff, you are free to. The focus on Enigma is flexibility. Players should be free to adjust and change Enigma to make their own version of Enigma. After all, nothing is stopping anybody from taking all of these scripts, putting them on their own server, and customizing it into their own experience. But maybe we're putting the cart before the horse. For now, you can consider yourself versed. You now know how to maintain the Enigma paths. Congratulations. If you want to support my work, then consider renting your own dedicated Valheim server using my link, JP Valheim. Alternatively, you could just throw me something on Patreon. That always makes a big difference. I was actually able to replace a broken computer thanks to all of the support from people. So, thank you again. But alternatively, you could just like this video or any other video about Valheim to show YouTube that you want more Valheim videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.